Hello and welcome to this installment of Talkin Trim. I'm Jonathon Skinner and today we're looking at the headliner or roof lining kit for the Jaguar Saloon models. Now it's not all the Jaguar Saloons. The Mark II actually had a sewn version of a headliner, and then the very last sort of XJS models also had a kind of shaped and sewn version of a headliner. This kind of incorporates all the ones in the middle that we offer kits for. So for the Jaguars, we're talking Jaguar S-Type, Jaguar 420, the Mark 10 and the Jaguar 420G. Then you've got the Daimler V8 250 or the 2.5 V8 as well. And for all of those kits there, the headliners on those cars were actually fairly straightforward. They're effectively just material glued up into the roof lining area and then around on the various sort of cantrail and header rail sections. Just to give you a bit of an idea in the book, this is out of the XJ book. This is the area we're talking about here. So you've got the main sort of roof area there, and then you had these sort of surrounds. So you had the back bit there, you had just under those sun visors at the front there, you had a sort of header rail, and then you also had sort of cant rails going around the sides of them there. So that's what we're talking about here. And like I said, they're quite simplistic because there's no sewing involved. There's no sort of rods or anything like that, like the Mark IIs used on those cars there. So this kit here is very straightforward from us. You basically get 2 meters of unbacked Woolcloth material and 2 meters of pre-bonded foam backed material, which I'll show you in a bit more depth in a second there. And basically you just get it on the roll, so 2 and 2. And that basically means obviously the 2 meters is easily enough for this main section here. And the 2 meters of unbacked is used to cut up into the various side pieces and front and back pieces. It can also be used to retrim your sun visors if your car was retrimmed with Woolcloth for the sun visors. Some of the cars were, such as the S-Type and the 420G. Sorry, the 420, whereas the XJ6s, for example, they actually reverted to black vinyl for a lot of their sun visors there. But either way, you have ample material with the 2 meters there to retrim sun visors if you need to, as well as the surrounding areas there. Now, it is worth noting that originally from the factory, certainly for the Jaguar models, the non-XJ models, the majority of the cars did leave with Woolcloth for the headlining, which is this material here. However, the way they did it was you would basically just have normal unbacked Woolcloth material. And then you would have a separate foam pad for the main section there, which means you have to double up the amount of time you're spending gluing. And it's quite a tricky and laborious process to do it, which is why we've had this specific Woolcloth pre-laminated with a foam, a nice smooth foam, so it makes for easy gluing, easy and quick gluing on the back of it there. And we've been using this for a few years now, and I think we're the only company in the world that offers this for these particular Jaguar cars, and it makes the job so much easier. One, you don't have to glue twice. Two, you're avoiding that element of blotching of the sort of contact glue adhesives coming through the Woolcloth on such a main area such as the obvious roof lining area there. Because it's a smooth pre-laminated backing element to it, it makes it very easy for you to actually apply the glue as well. So it's something we deliberately made a conscious effort for to make sure that it makes your lives at your end a bit easier. It also should be noted this is actually the same material that we offer for the E-Type range, with the main section being pre-bonded, and I have done a video detailing that as well. So like I say, we sort of undertook that project to make sure that we can offer the most suitable materials, but making it a bit easier for everyone as well. So that's the reason we went down that route with that there. In terms of colours and whatnot, you have 3 choices. You have green, grey or beige in the Woolcloth materials, both available in Woolcloth and the pre-bonded Woolcloth. And it's worth noting as well, for the XJ6 and XJ12 models, originally from the factory, a lot of those actually left with brushed nylon headliner, which is a much cheaper headliner. It's kind of got the foam incorporated on it as well, but it's not a smooth foam, so still quite tricky to apply. We can obviously offer that if you prefer, but we do recommend upgrading to the Woolcloth version. And as standard in our trim kits, we actually automatically upgrade to the Woolcloth version because it's superior in so many ways, and it makes the actual job of trimming to the roof lining a lot more straightforward because of the pre-bonded nature of the foam. But we can offer the brushed nylon if you prefer. If you get the brushed nylon, you're effectively just getting 4 meters on a roll of the brushed nylon headliner material, as opposed to 2 meters unbacked and 2 meters backed, if you follow there. So yeah, that's pretty much the lay of the land. Like I say, 2 meters is for the main section there. Then another 2 meters you effectively cut up into the shapes that you need to retrim the various surrounding elements. And like I say, the sun visors there, you'll easily have enough material to do those as well if you want there. If you do have a car with Webasto sunroof, then it is worth noting that we need to include an extra bit of meterage of the unbacked headliner material. So do keep that in mind if you need to go down that route, and we can accommodate there. But if you found that useful, please remember to like, share and subscribe with other classic car enthusiasts. Obviously, if you have a restoration up and coming for one of your Jaguar Saloon sedan models, then do let me know. Be more than happy to help. But yeah, I just wanted to give a brief overview of the Woolcloth material that we offer for the headliner kits for those cars. Fairly straightforward in terms of what you get, and we've then tried to make the job a bit more straightforward at your end with the pre-laminated option there, which, like I say, I don't believe anyone else offers in the world for those elements of things. Again, showing the levels and depths that we go to make sure that we're offering the best kits available on the market. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Please remember to check out the other videos at the end of this one. And of course, I'll see you next time. Thank you.